Hi, my name is Devin Jackson Randall, or Did You Are, and welcome to Queer Fudanshi. So let's talk. Today we're going to be talking about Yamamoto Kotetsuko. If you don't know who she is a mangaka or a Japanese comic book writer slash author slash artist. And she has written some of my favorite yaoi manga ever, so I thought I would give her a little echo blast while also reviewing some of my favorite yaoi manga. So if you guys are interested, then let's get talking. First we have Honto Yajuu. Honto Yajuu is about the love of a cop and a Yakuza member. Specifically Ueda, who is a young 20-something cop. He is a calm, mild-mannered type of guy, doesn't really want to go up in the ranks, doesn't really want to cause trouble, just wants to enjoy his life as calmly as possible. In addition, there is Aki. Aki is the heir to a Yakuza group. He is wild, crazy, bounces from boyfriend to boyfriend, and he's the type of character where he's slim-figured, but he always has a huge voice. He's that guy, right? And he one day meets Ueda, sees him in the street, and instantly falls in love. So then the next day, he goes to Ueda and confesses his love. And the two slowly evolve from friends to a couple. And that's really just the first few chapters. The majority of the story is actually about the two as a couple, which is something that I love about the story. One thing that I really love about Yamamoto's stories is that she starts them off with a confession. So then the stories really focus on the people as couples. In addition, it's mostly about gay people. Aki is a gay man. He's not just a straight man who falls for another man. He is gay. And as you know, Queer Fudanshi, I really appreciate that. In addition, the story is really great with characters. There's this one running gag that I really love between Ueda and Aki's parents. Aki's parents really want Ueda to join the family, and they really want him to become a Yakuza member. So there was one time when Ueda went in disguise as a member, and his parents took a picture, and then they just looked at it fondly like, oh, I wish you were our son. Right? I just love that. Next is a two-parter. It's Konya mo Nemurenai and Kimi to Korekara. These stories were actually the ones that I started off with when I got into Yamamoto Kotetsuko. These stories are about demons and humans falling in love, basically. Basically, it's about the young gay college student, Rikiya, who is the nice, shy kind of character. But the problem is he ends up getting kidnapped in a weird situation, and he ends up summoning a demon for random yaoi's sake. And the demon asks him, "What do you want?" And the boy's first reaction is a boyfriend. So the two end up getting to know each other. They end up staying together. The demon doesn't go away, and then eventually they end up falling in love. By the way, the demon's name is Endo. Sadly, what was such a great story only had 3 volumes, and then it ended very quickly for whatever reason. But then a sequel came up, and that was the Kimi story. And that one actually specialized and focused on the side pairing of Verde, the demon childhood friend, and Goru, the neighboring college student, who's also gay. And you know, I'm saying demon, demon, demon and all that, but it's not this demonic, dark storyline. It's actually very light-hearted and cutesy. If you haven't read the blog post, I reviewed Tobias and Guy, link in the description, and that was a lighthearted story which had a supernatural twist to it about a human and a demon, and this is the same kind of situation. It has romance, it has the supernatural, it has demons fighting each other. What else could you want, really? Next we have Bokura No Negai, which is a family story, kind of. It is very much a family story. It's about Ame, whose father ends up getting remarried very suddenly, and Ame finds himself in a full family with 3 younger brothers and 2 parents. Sadly, tragedy strikes, and Ame ends up being the guardian of these 3 brothers, but he already considers them family, wholeheartedly. He's that kind of nice guy, right? Suddenly, 2 of those brothers end up coming out of the closet consecutively, and Ame really just has to struggle with being the guardian and being the owner of this family restaurant, coffee house, and trying to figure it all out as he goes. I am conflicted by the story for a few reasons. While I love it for its whole, family aspect, let's stick together, 4 brothers loving each other, do it all. But at the same time, there are some weird yaoi choices going on. For instance, of course, one of the brothers ends up falling in love with Ame. And while, of course, the story is about Hayato really feeling conflicted about this love and really not knowing how to deal with it. They're not blood related, so it's not really incestuous, but at the same time it has that kind of feel, and it's a little awkward, it's a little uncomfortable. In addition, the other brother, who is about 18, ends up falling in love with a middle schooler. Of course, in anime fashion, the middle schooler looks like a grown man, and he has a job as an actor. And as a person who purposely chose not to watch Super Lovers for this very fact, I feel conflicted. I'm willing to continue the story because it is a family story. It is about that single person trying to raise 3 younger brothers. But at the same time, I'm just trying to squint and not see it too deeply. The next 2 stories I don't have much to say about because they are so short. They're only at 6 and 7 chapters each. The first story is called Mad Cinderella. It's about 2 childhood friends. One is Saku, who was raised by a rich family in a mansion, and the other is Ryota, who lived in a shack nearby. The 2 experienced a kidnapping situation together and bonded over that. However, Ryota didn't know that his best friend Saku actually had hidden love feelings towards Ryota ever since that situation. Like I said, this story is only at 7 chapters, so I can't really say much about it right now, but it is enjoyable, it's sweet, the characters are really funny, and it's really a fun read. It's the type of read where I really wish there was more. I really want to be reading more. I'm kind of like a maiden on a cliff just waiting for it to come to me, but it hasn't yet, and I'm just crying off on the side. The last story is called Ashita Wa Dochhi. It is a newer story that only came out about a year ago, so it only has 6 chapters out so far, but it is such a good story. It's a story about Kirara. He wants to be this big delinquent type character, but he really ends up being like a human form of a chihuahua. In addition, he lives right next door to the 2 biggest delinquents in the town, and it ends up that they have a father who is in a gay relationship, so they end up being homophobic because of that, which kind of sucks for Kirara because he ends up being in love with the younger brother Ken. Once again, this is a story that only has 6 chapters out right now, so not much has happened. We've just gotten to the part where there is a confession. I'm not going to say who confesses to whom, but it is an interesting story. I wish there was more to read, so if you guys think that summer sounds interesting to you, go check it out. It's only 6 chapters. It'll only take you like half an hour, and then you're good. And then you're suffering like the rest of us. So that is it for my thoughts on Yamamoto Kotetsuko's manga. If you guys have ever read any of these manga, let me know in the comments below. If you haven't read them, are you interested in reading some of them now that you've heard about them? Let me know down in the comments below. Also, if you guys would like for me to actually do a thorough review of any of these manga, let me know down below so that we can get talking. Like, comment, subscribe, all that, and I hope to hear from you guys soon. Okay? Let's get talking. Bye. Today we're going to talk about Nemurenai Now Silence or Awkward Silence. Awkward Silence is a manga or Japanese comic book under the genre of boys love, more specifically yaoi. The official premise is